This is a guide on how to beat the Dead of the Night Easter egg solo on the realistic difficulty. I will assume that you have completed this Easter egg on normal mode, so I won't go into detail on how each step works. Before starting your game, I recommend that you beat the Voyage of Despair Easter egg to get the 3 doors perk. This will be massively beneficial to the early game setup. Here is a picture of the setup that I'll be using this game. Stone Cold Stronghold is extremely helpful for camping with the Wonder Weapon, but feel free to change this to a perk of your preference. I also recommend that you equip the Spitfire with the attachments shown on screen. This makes the Spitfire extremely good against the Big Wolf in the boss fight. However, if you don't have these attachments, then you should change Stone Cold Stronghold to PhD Slider so that you can use a rocket launcher. Some useful talismans to consider using are the Battered Dragon Scale, the Major Reinforced Charm, and the Glowing Phylactery. Examples of other elixirs you could use are Undead Man Walking and Shields Up. As soon as you spawn in, you'll want to go activate the Sentinel artifact and immediately run to the crystal in the library and feed 4 zombie souls to it. Repeat this process for the crystal in the cellar and the crystal near the bedroom. Since there are 13 zombies on round 1, you should have 1 zombie remaining after filling all 3 crystals. When you have the final zombie, pick up the pieces to craft the shield and the silver bullets and apply them to your strife. You should also find all 4 coloured symbols around the map so you can get the free Wonder Weapon. After doing this, hit the bookshelf with your shield to get a part for the Wonder Weapon upgrade. Once this is done, gaze into all 3 crystals and start the Ghost Escort step. Make sure that the ghost doesn't collide with the zombie, otherwise it will die. Now you should go and do the lockdown at the perk machine. Your goal is to have a fully charged specialist weapon by the end of this lockdown. I recommend that you stand on the edge of the lockdown area and step outside once the vampires spawn. This will cause a step to be dragged out while allowing you to get enough kills to fully charge your specialist weapon. Finally, you should do the clock step for the Pack-a-Punch. I recommend that you stand in the circle for a little bit before stepping outside once there are 3 blue-eyed zombies. You should then run up to them all and pull out your specialist weapon. The knockback effect will cause them to respawn in as normal zombies, which will be useful later. Now you can finish the step normally. Remember to pick up the piece that drops after completing each Pack-a-Punch challenge. When you are ready, go and open the Pack-a-Punch area. Make sure to shoot the wolf with the Wonder Weapon 4 times before finishing him off with the Strife. It is very important that you kill the wolf with a silver bullets weapon so that you can get the second part for the Wonder Weapon upgrade. Now you can go and place a material in the machine before upgrading the Wonder Weapon to the Chaos Fury. Once you have the Chaos Fury, go back to the Pack-a-Punch area so you can get an upgrade part from the ground. In order to get a zombie to dig it up, you need to hit the zombie directly on the body with the green charged attack from the Chaos Fury. I recommend that you shoot a charged shot far away from the area first. If it is a tornado, then your next charged attack will be the correct one guaranteed for the duration of the tornado attack. Doing this means that you won't accidentally waste any zombie kills. Kill any spare zombies, but make sure to keep 1 zombie alive. You should then gaze into each crystal again before going to the cemetery area. If you want, you can shoot down the branches to prepare for the Ghost Escort step. You can also do the orange light step to gain another part for the Wonder Weapon upgrade. Finally, make sure to shoot the bell with a silver bullets weapon before going back to spawn to do the Atlas puzzle. The fastest way to do the Atlas puzzle is by rotating the middle wheel until the blue light is blocked, then rotate the right wheel until the green light is blocked, rotate the middle wheel again until the red light is blocked. Finally, rotate the wheel on the left until all 3 lights are blocked. Find the correct symbols before inputting them in the correct order at the telescope before opening up the roof and locking it in place with a shield bash. You can now end the round. Your next priority should be to get all your perks and to finish the upgrade process for the Wonder Weapon. This involves killing 3 vampires with a charged shot from the Chaos Fury and picking up their bile. The easiest way to get the bile is by camping in a corner with the Chaos Fury. You can see here that I am camping near the silver bullets table. Another great place to camp is here in the master bedroom. The spawn rates are very fast and this spot is safe, especially with Stone Cold Stronghold. When you have enough bile, go to the cemetery and spawn in the red vampire. Use your specialist to kill the vampires at spawn. Feel free to use the Dead of Nuclear Winter if you wish. When it is the end of the round, go and craft Alistair's Annihilator. You can now start the Fireplace step. I recommend that you place one of the fire cores in the trap at the library. Make sure that the zombie is far away before turning on the trap and shooting it with the Wonder Weapon. You can see on the screen the route that I take, which allows me to complete 2 sets of fireplaces.
Oh, blue flame. That's a good sign, yes?
Place a second fire core in the trap at the master bedroom and follow this route to complete the final set of fireplaces. Once this is done, you can escort the gems to their correct locations to form the ghost statues. Your next goal is to complete the ghost escort step. Since your final zombie will be close to bleeding out, I recommend that you reach the end of the next round while making sure to save a zombie. When you shoot at the effigy with the wonder weapon, you should make sure that the zombie is really far away so that you can go into ghost mode without the round changing. Unfortunately in my game, I didn't do this and accidentally killed the zombie. If everything went smoothly, then you should be able to find the ghost and safely escort it to the cemetery area without any issues. If the round ended for whatever reason, then you should get to the end of the next round before finishing the escort. You should then try to get the homunculus from the box so that you can start to do some of the lockdown sequences. When you are ready, go to the greenhouse laboratory and bash the telescope with an electrified shield. If you have a final zombie, this will end the round. Go and interact with the stone slab to start the lockdown. You should then camp at the back of the room with the wonder weapon, and when the wolves start to spawn in, throw a homunculus and kill them off.
Someone should teach these nuts about the other posture. Did they tell a month ago? I certainly hope so. Why does every step forward make things worse? If they were willing to kill you truthfully, well, I think they all know it's not true. Pardon my French, but these werewolves need to stay the fuck out.
Remember to go and interact with the stone slab again, and then pick up the max ammo. You should then get to the end of the next round before going to the cemetery to do the lockdown sequence. I recommend that you run and turn on the fire trap and camp in this room. The fire trap will protect one of your sides for a long duration. Once the trap runs out, you should be able to stay in that room and spam charge shots in front of you. When the wolves start to spawn, use the homunculus. After the lockdown is over, you should go back to the pack-a-punch area and kill zombies near the statues to move them. The safest way to do this is by using charge shots from the wonder weapon as well as using your specialist weapon. Once all 3 statues are at the pack-a-punch machine, camp inside the triangle with the wonder weapon until the wolf spawns. Once the wolf reaches you, kill it with your specialist weapon. Now you can do the final lockdown sequence at the pack-a-punch area. It should be easy for you to camp with the wonder weapon by the pack-a-punch machine, and remember to throw a homunculus when the wolves start to spawn. After beating the final lockdown, you can enter the boss fight. Make sure that you have all elixirs ready, a fully pack-a-punch weapon, and if you have Dying Wish on cooldown, wait until it is ready. The easiest way to do the first phase is by running around the arena in a loop with your shield out. When it is safe, try to adjust the statues so that the light turns green. Once all 3 lights are green, throw a homunculus and stand in the green square. Once the wolf gets close to you, move away from the green square for a second to minimise the risk of being hit by his underground attack. When the wolf is trapped, run up to it and damage it with your Spitfire. You should be able to do enough damage to get to phase 2. The strategy for phase 2 is simple. Throw a homunculus in the middle of the arena and spam charge shots of the wonder weapon in the same location. In this phase I used my equipment so that I had 2 extra homunculuses. Kill any wolves that spawn in with the Spitfire and you should easily be able to get through this phase by throwing 4 homunculuses total. For phase 3 I recommend that you run around the edge of the arena with your shield out while you try to guess where the green square could be. Once you have figured it out, throw a homunculus and rotate all 3 statues to their correct position. If a red vampire spawns in, you should pull out your specialist weapon and immediately kill it as they pose a huge threat. When all 3 statues are aligned, throw another homunculus and stand in the green square. Make sure to step away from the green square just before the boss is about to land in it before finishing him off with your Spitfire. If you found this guide to be useful, I would appreciate it if you could like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the video and goodbye.